Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle Shea, and today we're going to be knitting some socks for Valentine's Day. I am using the Patton's Croy socks. It's 75-25, 75% wool. Where'd it go? 75% wool and 25% nylon. And it's 50 grams. And it's in the colorway Brown Rose Marl. It is a brown rose marl. It reminds me of like when you start to dry out a rose, like when it's just starting to dry out and kind of turn that brown color. I love the way that looks. And I think this hit anyway, they did a really good job and I love it. I am knitting a sweater for Valentine's Day and I wanted to knit these socks to go along with it. Also, I've never used Patton's Croy before, but I've heard that it is really good for sock knitting, and so I'm really excited to try this. I only ever use superwash merino wool for my socks, and so I've never tried wool and linen. Wool and nylon. I did have an advent in December. And I don't know what the fiber content was of it, but it feels like it would have been wool maybe. But other than that, I have made, I want to say at least 10 pairs of 10 pairs of socks since I started knitting, and maybe even more than that. And they're all superwash merino wool. So I'm going to cast on here. I'm using 2.75 millimeter 9-inch Chiaogu circular needles. And I'm gonna cast on 64 stitches. $63, $64, $65. So I did 65 instead of 64. I like to cast on one more stitch than what I'm going to be knitting in the round with for when I join in the round, because I like to slip the first stitch over to the right needle and then slip the last stitch up and over that and drop it, so that it kind of like ties it together in a way. So I always do one more stitch than the stitch count that I need when joining in the round. So I got all my stitches on the needles and I'm going to do some ribbing for a little bit. So I'll check back in with you once this is done. Okay, so this is how much I've gotten done. So I was doing my ribbing, and then I was like, oh, you know what would be fun is if I did this in 2x2 broken rib. Like, I was thinking all the way down the leg, and then for the foot, and I'm gonna do something really kind of cool for the heel. I don't know if it'll work. I'm assuming my first time trying it. It's been an idea I've had in my head for a while now, but anyway, as I was knitting the broken rib, I was like, I'm getting really bored of this. It's not going as fast as I want it to, so I switched to stockinette, and so far I am quite literally obsessed with this yarn. I love the color, and I am obsessed with how it's knitting up. Focus, hello. Here you go. It just looks so nice. I love it. So yeah, I started knitting the leg. I think I've done like, I'm dropping stitches. So far I've done 5 rounds for the leg. I did 10 rounds of the cuff, and then I did 10 rounds of this like 2x2 broken rib. So a 20 round cuff basically, but then I was like, yeah, I'm kind of bored of this. And then I'm gonna knit the leg, and yeah, so what I'm thinking for the heel, I released a pattern back in November, I want to say, like the end of November, for a fingerless mitt. And the way that I do the shaping for the mitt is like, you start out by doing like knit one, make one left, knit one, make one right, knit, all the way around. And then you knit a full round, and then the second round you do a knit one, make one, knit three, make one, knit one, and you keep doing that until you're increasing. So it's like 1 stitch in between, and then it's 3 stitches, and then 5, and then 7, then, when you keep going. So I think I want to do that for the heel to make it kind of like, it'll like shape out like this and then close like that underneath the foot. So it'll be like from the back of the leg open, here's the heel bit, and then close at the foot. I don't know. I think it's going to look really cool. I've seen, it's been so long. It was so long ago. I have no idea who did it or what this type of heel is called, if there's like a right way to do it. I just have this image in my head of it, and I've been wanting to do it for so long that I'm like, now that I know like basically how to make this shape, I'm gonna try and do it with a pair of socks and see what happens. I'm not following a pattern or anything. I'm purely going based off of my brain, and we're gonna see how this works out. Because I did the 2x2 broken rib, it's kind of like bowing out quite a bit, and not the biggest fan of it, but I also definitely don't feel like ripping back, so we're just gonna leave it. But I did want to show you, so I have 2 of these. I'm gonna use one for each sock, and then I have another one I'm gonna knit for my husband, and it's in this really cool, like, it looks like moss. It's this really nice green. It looks so cool. It's called Mossy Colors. Oh, okay, cool, makes sense. But yeah, I think that'd be perfect for my husband. I think you'd really like that. And then I found this other yarn yesterday. So I found this one and then this other one I'm about to show you yesterday at Craft Warehouse. I never go to Craft Warehouse anymore. It's been a long time, but I had 2 gift cards for it, so we went yesterday. But I've been looking for yarn that kind of does, like, I've been seeing quite a few people do knit socks with yarn that kind of makes it like stripe, but it looks from afar like you're doing color work. And I have been on a lookout, search everything for yarn like this. And when I was at, what was it called? Craft Warehouse, I stumbled upon this and I was like instantly in love. So I found this. Oh, look at how amazing. This is Premier Wool Select Jacquard Sock, Easy Care Wool Blend, 218 yards, 200 meters, 50 grams, 75% superwash wool, and 25% polyamide. Is in the color Sunset Canyon. But yeah, so I think that's gonna be a really fun pair of socks. I got 2 of these as well. And they had a lot of different other kinds too, but I think that one stood out the most to me. The other ones were just kind of like gray and brown and, whatever. And I thought that one was chef kiss perfect. So as soon as I finish these socks, I'm going to get started on my husband's socks. And then those, the white speckly kind of socks. I also am working on another pair of socks that I'm filming another video for that should be out before this one, I think. Yeah, and so far I have the first sock done. I just need to knit the second sock. So anyway, I have a lot of sock knitting to do this month and next month. So I'm gonna continue working on the leg, and I will check back in with you before it gets too dark because the sun is setting. So I will see you later. Bye. Okay, so it is now much later in the evening. It is 8 o'clock and my family is upstairs hanging out. I'm working on this sock. After I last checked in with you, I actually put my knitting down and I had to make dinner and do laundry and eat dinner and blah, 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 change diapers, all that. So I'm now sitting down and I wanted to show you I did get some progress actually on this sock. I am obsessed with this fabric. It's knitting up so quick. Like, I'm having so much fun knitting this. Let me get it to straighten out a little bit. This is how it's looking. So I did 30 rounds for the leg, and now I'm doing the heel. So I had talked about a way that I wanted to do the heel, and I was doing it, but then I was like, as I was looking at it, I was like, I don't really know about this. I wasn't really liking it that much, and I was worried that since I'm trying to get a whole sock out of this, I was worried that I wasn't gonna be able to have enough yarn to make the fabric that I wanted to make. And so, because basically when doing a heel, you're typically just working the heel by itself, and then you join and do whatever to make the foot. But the way that I was doing it, you're knitting the kind of like the top of the foot and the heel and the foot at the same time together. So I was worried that I wasn't gonna have enough yarn. So we'll try that again on a different pair of socks where I have more yarn and I'm not that worried about it. But for now, I'm actually doing a slip stitch. What is that called? Heel flap and gusset. I haven't done that style in a very long time. So I am trying to remember how to do it. I saw this video where the crazy sock lady, she likes to do a slip knit heel flap. But I saw someone did a slip purl, and I hate doing heel flapping. No, okay, let me take it back. I don't enjoy doing the slip knit heel flap. I like doing the gusset and everything, and like doing the decrease for the little triangle and then picking it up and decreasing. I love doing that. I just don't like doing the slip knit method because it always looks so bad. Like when I would see the crazy sock lady, hers always looked so neat and everything, but mine never looked anywhere remotely close to how hers looked. And I didn't like the feeling when I would wear them. I didn't like how it felt. So I'm trying this slip purl method. So you slip one, purl one, slip one, purl one, all the way across, and then you turn your work and you purl the purl stitches and you knit. Okay. So if it's the right side, you do a slip, purl, slip, purl, slip, purl, and then you flip it, and then you do a knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. So you're knitting the stitches that were purl on the front, and you're purling the stitches that were slipped. So that way it basically looks like a rib on the right side. That's kind of hard to see. The lighting in here is not the best right now, but yeah. So anyway, I'm already liking the way this looks, and it's turning out like way squishier than a slip knit heel flap does. So I think I'm gonna like this a lot more. Yeah, I'm also really liking the way that these, like the slipped stitches are looking. It just looks so much neater, and it almost looks like brioche. Like it stands out a lot more. Is that what, no, brioche is, no, that's not brioche. But anyway, it just slips out a lot more, stands out a lot more. Geez. This is what the inside looks like. The inside is quite messy in my opinion. But the right side, like the V's are looking really nice and crisp. Oh gosh, almost died. So yeah, I'm going to do 32 rows of that. I just did row 13. I'm still doing this on my 9-inch circulars. I'm just knitting. You can see there's like a little gap right there. I'm just knitting back and forth, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. Anytime I used to do a heel flap and gusset, I always used to just stick to the 9-inch circulars. I only ever would bring in like a DPN if I really felt like I needed to. If I remember correctly, the last couple times I did that, I was able to do it all on the 9-inch circulars and not have to use a DPN. I know that I have, like I would use 9-inch circulars and then knit the 32 and leave those on the 9-inch circulars and then use 2 DPNs to knit the heel flap and gusset. But I'm pretty sure I also was able to do the whole thing just on the 9-inch circulars at one point as well. Anyway, we're making really good progress with this sock. I mean, it's only day one and it's only been like a couple hours of knitting, and it's like going pretty quick. We're already on the heel portion, which is insane. I'm loving the way this is striping. It looks so good. And I love the colors. I love the fabric. The fabric is very nice. It's like, it's very lightweight and thin, but it feels like it's going to be very warm, if that makes sense. It's so pretty. And it is just so like, doesn't this just like look like Valentine's Day to you? This literally screams Valentine's Day to me. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm loving it. It looks so good. So yeah, I'm going to continue on with this, and I'll check back in with you when the heel is finished. Okay, it is now 10:45, and we've made quite a bit of progress. So I finished the heel flap, turn, gusset, whatever. I did all of that. And I'm in the process of doing the decreases. I'm actually in the middle of a decrease round right now. And I just have like, I don't even know, like 5 more decreases to go maybe. And then we'll just be on the foot. And it's turning out so good. I love it so much. I'm obsessed with the colors. The lighting in here isn't that good. So these on camera, it's turning out a lot more muted than what it is in person. But, yeah, so I'm loving the colors, and I'm loving this fabric so much. I'm obsessed with the way that this fabric feels and, like, how lightweight it is. So I'm actually really eager to get these on. I'm also really impressed and, like, shocked with how much I got done today. I just cast these on today, or this on today, and, like, I already did the cuff, the leg, the heel, and I'm already, like, almost on to... I'm knitting the foot portion now. I'm just doing the decreases, but... yeah, this is knitting up so fast. I'm knitting this on 2.75 millimeter needles, so maybe that has something to do with it. But the fabric is still like nice and dense. It's not like gapey or anything, which is good. But yeah, so I'm gonna put this down, and I'm gonna go to bed. And then tomorrow I'll hopefully finish this sock, and then maybe we can cast on the second one. What is the date today? Oh, okay, this week. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.